Hello, my name is Liam Weaver, and I'm here today to discuss the student dialogue of power of privilege. Now, I went to the discussion a couple days ago. The class was totally overfilled with many people, but I still believe that I took some good stuff away from it, and I'll just go ahead and start with that. So basically, we started out just different values and which one of these give us higher or lower privileges, whatever that. So one of the ones I like to start out with is maybe like your family. So like you and your other brothers can't deny that your race or ethnicity is in a certain type. So you can be white Caucasian or American born or any of those types of things, and that's something that you can't really change. So you build the rest of your life on those privileges set there. So if that affects you in any way. Then we talked about physical conditions, and this is like privileges of different kinds of abilities or disabilities. So like when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist, this is sometimes considered a disability. In which case, perhaps her privileges are less. In some cases, they could be more. I think generally people agree that disabilities such as that can be less privileged. So then at the next point, they stuck a round thing in our face, the wheel, to label ourselves with our different values and privileges, such as our race, religion, physical abilities, etc. All of these type of things. And so then, basically, at this point, I got sprung and wanted to pull out my tough because some people, most of the people in the class, honestly, were basically labeling them all of themselves as white Caucasians, Christian-born, American-born Christians, all of these things. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I feel like they were slightly ignorant in their way of expressing it, such as they feel like that was the majority, and these are the people with the highest privileges. Everyone was being respectful in the way they said it, but I feel like perhaps this wasn't the broadest perspective discussion that we could have had, which is honestly, Clemson's not the most diverse school, so basically the discussion was kind of focused on a few very central themes like that, and I didn't feel like we get a broad perspective, but I noticed that the butt of the discussion was stuffed with theme around money. So many of the people viewed, I guess it's a quantifiable way to measure things, but many people viewed privileges as more money, such as, you're this race, you get better job, more pay, or you're this gender, you get better job, better pay. So in which case, does that mean you have more privilege? In some cases it does. You have more resources to, put whichever direction you choose. On the other hand, there's many non-privileges come with plenty of money, so it's another thing that it could have gone any way, the discussion, but so we were deep in the genes of our parents, sharing kind of their opinions that they've forced on us our whole lives, and perhaps being a little bit ignorant and not truly putting our own opinions to their full potential, but now I'm hooked and can't stop staring at the definitions between debate, discussion, and dialogue, because at this point I think it turned into kind of like a discussion/debate, because dialogue was kind of bringing everyone together, whereas debate is one versus another opinion, so they're battling each other and there's usually a winner, which honestly works out better for me because then we actually solve something. But a discussion is to broaden everyone's perspective, which is also good because you get as many different possible opinions and you put them all together in kind of a conclusion for a discussion. Dialogue is more open-ended. Now this is sort of, you say this, we let the conversation go wherever we want it to go. In which case, I think we may needed a little bit more structure this time because it all seemed to be back on the same central theme that everyone believed that white Caucasians had more privilege, which, I don't really know if that's true or not. But, basically, at some points it got a little bit offensive with the race, which, I put all judgments aside at this point, and like we discussed in the beginning, and I understand different people's perspectives, but I feel like at some points it got a little bit hostile, and I didn't really appreciate that. Some of the instructors were perhaps not necessarily saying that they were upset, but the instructors stopped some of us and said, well, that's interesting. Why do you think that? Because our instructors were of a different race and everyone else talking about the white Caucasians being dominant in their privileges. I feel like it was a little bit offensive and not true at all. So all judgments aside, I feel like it did get a little bit offensive. So basically, I just want to kick those nasty thoughts, and maybe got back. All right, thank you. That's my discussion of student dialogue. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Thanks for watching.